Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday. God bless everybody. God bless everybody, even the crazies in the world. Good morning, good morning. I was listening to some information that was put out about infamous Sylvia, and it just jogged my memory. I don't remember what year. Well, maybe it was the beginning, 2019 or so. Well, the information being put out amongst all of those other detailed stuff about that damn Nesto case, which I really don't give a two hoots about it, so don't really follow it at all unless, I'm like, okay, what Sylvia has done now? Like, what has she done now? Of course, changing her venue up since, being introduced or, learning what YouTube can do. YouTube can change, some people's lifestyles because of the financial part of it. It can provide a decent living if you're consistent with it to, earn that type of money. We have a lot of people now, where, and I get it, it's like F a job. I ain't going to no job. I ain't going nowhere with nobody tell me what to do, when to get up. Unless, like me, I have a government job. So I don't look at it like somebody's telling me what to do. I just look at it like, this is just the way the world is. You got to want to eat. You got to go to work. However, I do know that at some point YouTube can shut down anytime it feels like it, if you've read the policy and guidelines and the provisions of those entities like that with social media, like they did with Twitter. They can shut that shit down in a minute. Don't owe you a damn, but I have to stay comfortable where I am, knowing that this place ain't going nowhere and my money, for what I choose to work for is going to be in the bank. However, was listening, right? And I was like, what? Infamous Sylvia is doing, I don't know if it's true, but I was like, again, we're using, credentials, that was used, to my understanding and for what I remember, signing or something, or helping Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly at this, at one point in time with some type of notary. I'm not quite sure. I got to go back and ruffle through my notes on it, but I was like, again? So I'm just saying, like, they seem to be prepared in a way where, okay, they're going to get you now because the stuff is not valid, and you're just going out doing this. Well, I guess this is happening with this girlfriend or whatever, power of attorney to that guy, and then Nesto over there in the jail system and crap like that. And, Sylvia is, I guess, pretty close to him, but, that's just obvious because you would want to get close to the person that can bring you the news and things to, display on your channel, because it brings the views, and you get the views, and of course you get the paycheck. So, good morning, sweetheart. Hey. So, I was just baffled to hear that particular detail come out, because I was like, wait a minute. Oh my God, I hope this is not, true, because over in the discussions and surrounding the people that was, kind of brought that detailing information out about that, notarization and being a notary, they found that, it was not valid. And so now here's this information out again of signing for, Nesto's fiance or girlfriend or power of attorney, for her to be able to, I guess, retrieve or have access into Nesto's a vault of things to, bring out to display. So I'm sorry, but I'm going to be watching that shit, because wait a minute now. I hope Sylvia's shit is valid because, they saying over there, that these particular people, that runs the govern, and can go on demand of requesting a whole bunch of stuff or, signing paperwork for that stuff to be investigated and pulled. I'm hearing that they finna come after the laptops and the phones and holy shit. I'm like, at some point, you have to, you should want to make a decision on when to stay in and when to bail out. Sometimes it's just not that damn serious, or you shouldn't make it that serious if it's going to any shape, form, or fashion compromise your life. However, most people who, claim that they're a soldier and they're in to win and they believe that, Christ got them and nothing can happen to you, none of that stops people from that is determined to be your enemy to have a particular strategy to ruin your damn life. None of that stops that at all. I don't care, how much you can pray to a God. People are people, and when they ready to get down and dirty, sometimes they will. So trying to pray to stop the mindset of a person doing dirty stuff against you, you could believe all you want to. You can believe all you want to. A person's mindset is going to do what the mindset tells them to do. And if there is, the God that people say and people pray to or whatever chooses to deal with an individual because of the way that they chose to use their mind to do certain things, then that's between that person and their God. But when it comes to yourself, it's like, who's the smart one here? Because God sends, to my understanding, everybody an intuition on how to deal with things, when to deal with things, what things to deal with. If you keep going on and on and on, and you don't have the eyes, the vision to see where some of these things can possibly go, especially if you're already in the middle of dealing with enemies that is on your ass and you literally don't have the financial resources or the backing of some certain powerful team like y'all be seeing with these damn elite people and shit out there, like y'all see with, let's use Elon Musk, right? Now, all of a sudden, he's in a position where he is able to have a seat where he is involved unknowingly over this trillions of dollars over the United States, which is your money, knows what you do, when you do, how you do it, with Social Security, all this stuff. And he's not an elected official. But however, what's the most can happen to him when he has the backing of a more powerful person who people voted in office? What are you going to do? But when you're down here as a minion, with an opinion, and you just want to be in some things because the cameras are on or because the YouTube will pay you, man, you might want to, think twice about that. It's okay sometimes. Let some shit go. It is good morning, love. It is really okay. It's not that serious. But I'm just, what behooves me is the what I want to say, I was looking at this lady and lost my train of thought. But it's the difference of the change of direction that people go in. It's like how many lanes are you going to go in before you're actually successful at something without any interruptions? It's like God might be saying that's the wrong damn lane. That's the wrong damn lane. But I am in dire need to know. I really am, because I'm a little nosy my damn self, and I want to be like, oh shit. And I also want to be like, okay, her shit is valid. But then if it's not valid, and these people are saying what they're saying, and this shit is on paperwork about this notarization, I was like, hold up, Sylvia, they called Sylvia out, over in this side of town about the same doing when it came to Rkelly. So is it valid? Is it not? And people out there, it ain't none of your damn business. And y'all know me, I don't give a rat's ass what people say. But it just raised my eyebrow, and I was like, what? Please say that it is, especially coming from a person who is sitting, coming on almost every morning, I guess, because I don't watch it. I don't need prayer from anybody that's breathing out here. I pray for my damn self. I also know when wrong is wrong, and I've done a little wrong. I pray for my damn self. Pray for your own damn self. However, but you see that, and you see a person that is truly trying to you convince the people that she does nothing wrong, and God is guiding her, and these people are just after her, and this or that. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird that the same detail is coming up in dealing with a different constituent. That damn Sonia girl. That's really baffling to me. It really is. And then it's almost like, you can believe that a person may be innocent, right? However, at some point, it's like, okay, you done enough. You got to let it go. Let's let, the people that may be, I'm not talking about the lawyers and and the Supreme. I'm not talking about that in the justice system. I'm talking about just regular, Jane and John Does, just out here like, what the fuck can you do? It's like, stop making noise where noise is, just not warrant right now. And I'm listening to this bits and pieces of this damn Nesto shit, and I'm saying to myself, but and I can imagine the overwhelming part of it. But when you get overwhelmed with something, you also have to be able to decipher or depict whether if I guess this is what you want to do. Like, who in the fuck wants to, like, literally, if you're not an attorney, the judge, who the fuck want to chase around all these goddamn court cases? I don't understand. Like, in the same, before I contradict myself, because in a sense, I kind of deal with it on a particular level, but like I keep saying, it's like labor. However, once I'm done dealing with a case that's going on right here in my circle of real life, man, I'm done with that shit. It's like, that's it. I'm not going to keep poking and going to find out this and find out that, and it's like it's over with. But maybe that's just what Sylvia likes to do. All of the eyes are definitely, on her. And another thing that kills me, man, is all is got there. They got I go to the private membership. Do you know that you have your particular people, and they saved in your link bank or whatever, and when you get ready to go private, you could just send them the link. It doesn't even have to be announced. That's some things that really just irks the mess out of me. It's like, just go do the shit. Everything has to be announced. That's a sign of telling me, that, okay, you just gotta publicize stuff, and it's going to stir up controversy. It's just gonna do that, because everything's got to be told. Now, a lot of it coming from, I think, that wisdom daughter girl over there, I kind of believe it, because she was there. She definitely was there. So I'm trying to decipher, like, okay, so everything that Sylvia is saying is absolutely true, and everything that wisdom is saying is not true, but she was there. And so she's seeing a lot of this stuff and everything. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say this too: when there's a good person and you have became friends with another person, I you don't usually see the split between two people. Good people know, good people. It's just it's a feeling that you have. I don't think that I've ever had anybody where I've walked, kind of with and they have brought themselves into my life a little bit, that has like literally just walked away and had terrible things to say. Isn't it crazy? But it's like everybody that has kind of done, you know, connected some type of way with Sylvia, it's like every time they leave, it's like it's something bad to say. And so, and that's just crazy. You see, honey, it's kind of the same thing. I truly do think that, when it comes to the spirituality of a character, other than the pastors or whatever that's inside the house of the Lord, and there's a real congregation going on, I'm able to, dissect, what's real and what's not real within honoring the spirit of the Lord. I'm able to do it. And I think that, when you kind of go on and on and on just because some things may have happened to you or some things that you have said, and it's, now it's like, let me turn to God. And, so those are the people that I'm a little apprehensive about, as far as following with the word. Those are the people like, don't effing pray for me, because if there is a God and you truly solely worship God or whatever, you've already received and know the do's and the don'ts, prior to what the heck you doing. So don't do it and then come back and then it's like, well, oh, I'm a God and I'm just going to pray. To go sit your ass down somewhere. That's just how I feel. Now, Callie's son, I don't know much about her. I'm not really concerned about whether she's a demon or not. I just only pretty much, I listened to her because I was trying to, I'm like, well, okay, all right, well, Sylvia's just involved with, getting information and whether if she believes that this man is innocent or guilty, I don't give a fuck about that. That's her goddamn business. And it is what it is. I do know that at the end of the day, Sylvia is not going to be the person to make that damn decision. So I know that. But what just behooved me, like I said, is she's reading like this paperwork and, there it is. And it's like, well, okay, Sylvia's notarizing someone else, and they're just in their belief that the notarization may not be valid. And I was just saying to myself, like, God, I hope that's not true. I hope she reinstated it. I do, because if not, then what? Then you risk your credentials, your life to be intermingled into some bullshit that probably you shouldn't or would not or should not want to be in. That's all I'm saying. As far as them two not liking each other for whatever apparent reason, and I saw the shit with them walking, down in the town, and one or the other one suggesting that they go over here to this barbershop or beauty shop and get all involved and this or that. It's just crazy. It's really crazy. Now, are there a lot of stories that I would like to know and hear about and things like that? But yeah, but it's only to a certain extent. I don't know. I don't want to fucking know, what color was Shirley fucking couch and what time she left out at on a Monday morning. I don't give a fuck about, stuff like that. It's like, I just go on because I want to hear and know a lot of the the statutes that are being presented and the provisions if a person, is breaking a law. How are they using a particular law to either find someone innocent or find someone guilty at? Those are the things when I click on it that I want to hear. When I started hearing the things like I was hearing about Sylvia's hair and stuff. I don't give a fuck about what Sylvia put in her damn hair, because I know whatever she got in her hair is not about to get her 50 years in jail. So I know how to, see that. But I can see that there's, a enemy side towards her. However, at the same time, knowing what I know over here, I don't believe that, Sylvia is 100% innocent in some things as well. And, that's just my belief. Am I out here with my belief saying Sylvia should go to jail for a fuck? No, I don't give a fuck. But I know I can sit over here and be like, no. I know what mind manipulation is. I know, I just know. I know what a narcissist is. I know that if we keep learning and embedding a whole bunch of things inside of our soul, this is what we'll start to believe. And as long as you believe it, now your job is to put out here and be convincible to the people. So then the people can believe it and follow behind you and worship you. I ain't worshiping no motherfucker. None but Jesus, God, that's it. I don't care what they have to say. I don't care how good it sounds. It's like, well, yeah, okay. But I be watching it though, Callie. Good morning, Audrey. All I'm saying is that at some point, there's so many different lanes and things to go down, but it's like, man, y'all can have this shit. Let's see what y'all could do with it. But I heard that detailing part of it, and it just kind of struck my memory. I was like, wait a minute. Didn't Sylvia try to do notary for Rkelly? And it was brought out also that the notarizing, couldn't be valid because it was expired. And I just hope that it's not. You say, go listen to Nyla talk about the wisdom daughter. I will do that. You was going to remain in the bushes, but you hit the nail on the head. These vloggers are not helping the defense. Absolutely. Audrey, you're absolutely right. It's just too much mouthing. Now, I understand when Dennis come on. I understand when, because her and Dennis done had they little meat and potatoes together, and as far as helping her become or getting her started out, to become a little bit more better at this vlogging stuff or interviewing particular people or how to dress and how to act in the courtroom and all of that shit. And then that backfired. Why did that backfire? If it's in the claiming that, Sylvia is this good person and she has this type of heart, then what would make them fall out? Is Dennis the evil one and wanted to find some things for them to split up, or, that Sylvia did something that Dennis didn't agree with and then that caused them to split up? It's like, this is crazy. But I will listen, Callie, to that. But the same way that we would say that a person have their reason for doing what they do, wisdom is going to have her reason also. And I believe that her reason is of what she may be doing to Sylvia out of enviness, or she just don't like her, is because of whatever happened in their fallout. And I believe that the last time that I kind of watched it, it was Sylvia saying some things about wisdom daughter, and wisdom daughter came back and was correcting and was saying, well, that's a lie and that's a lie, and Sylvia did this and Sylvia did that. And it's so easy to do so when none of the general population of people are actually there to really hear it, to witness what was what. So either one of them can literally say whatever the hell that they want to spark controversy out here. They can do so. You say they're not breaking down None of one of them are looking into the details of the case. They are not reading and breaking it down and just reading to anybody decipher. No, you know what, Audrey? It always comes in the middle. What's going on really about the case is it's there, but it's not as profound to the people as it should be. What is profound is what I don't like about each other. That's what you get to hearing. And it's like, what the fuck? What happened, to the case? Well, I don't, because I don't click on, Sylvia that much. And it's because I don't dwell in, too many people houses that is having their choice of how they want to affirmation or deal with the Lord. I am only literally, when it comes to support, two people, and that's my sister over there. Stand up, because she's literally reading it right there. You can see the book. She ain't making it up. It ain't been said. And her explanation is wonderful. And then if I can catch Sir Miguel giving out his morning presentation on the word that, makes you feel good or is inspiring, then I click on him. Other than that, yeah, and no, and I guess what else that distracts me from it is I definitely not following behind nobody with the word that just in a lot of bullshit, because I do know that people will use the word to distract you, from whether making a decision on, okay, is this a good person teaching this or a bad person teaching this? So I just stay away from it. That's all I'm saying. But it's everywhere. So at some point it's like, let me develop a different strategy here, because I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. But we have that ego. I'm not gonna let nobody run me from nothing, and this and this, and as some people should, because this is their way to eat. This is their way to pay their bills. But I tell you this, have you go and you get your ass a solid goddamn job where you don't have to worry about this. It's easy to let that go, because you're not going to be losing no coins no goddamn where. You're going to be eating. And I like putting myself up there in that fucking lane. I know that I can shut this shit down anytime, any day, where somebody might want to come at me and I'm this and I'm that, and to prevent me from coming out here and showing out, because I will come right back at you with the same type of goddamn energy, excuse my French, because, Pap over here ain't scared of no motherfucking body. Not nobody. We run up, pull up, and it's just, we go stand up, and that's just the way it is. But I choose to, be like, okay, this is here is just not where it is, Go sit down, because you already know you ain't finna not eat. I'm not gonna not eat. I'm going to eat, period, as long as my strength and my health and my mindset is okay. It's like I'm okay, but I'm going to watch it though, Callie. I'm going to watch it. Good morning, love. Good morning. But that's what I see. Now, you still have the situation with the damn Bookham boy and him and Sylvia. That all this shit that went on with trying to advocate with Mr. Kelly, it was like nobody maturity level was where it was to say, you know what, fuck you, fuck this. You came out here, it started off for Rkelly, and it can't end like that. It's got to end with, I don't like you, fuck you, you did this, you put a track on my car, you stole this, you stealing money, you a scam over here. Then I was like, wait a minute, this is the wrong fight. This is not the fight. This is not the fight. How did something, how? Because a person says that, well, you ain't no good and I can't stand you. So then now it's, let me go look them up. Let me go start some controversy. It's like, and it just got boring. Good morning, beautiful butterfly nest. Happy New Year, sweetheart. It's crazy, but I'm waiting on it, and I want to see it. And like I say, I want to talk about what happened in the court. If the judge says Sylvia's guilty, then I'm going to talk about what the judge damn said about her and why did the judge find Sylvia guilty. What were, the details or what part of it, what she did had, broken the law. So you think Sylvia tried to help him from the heart and it backfired on her? Let me tell you my honest opinion about that. My honest opinion, I think both of them came out here to fucking eat. To keep the shit real, because there was no way, if you were in this fight seriously like this, that you could not find a way to just let it go. But when they both start coming back and going back and forth about, who started the community over here, or who was there for this and who was there for that, and I gave up. I was like, man, both of y'all ass trying to fucking eat, because it ain't that fucking serious. I think that, and I get it, that we like to have particular friends in our lives, associates, I get that shit, right? But really, it's like, go the fuck home. Go the fuck home. I'm like, what? What is, in my opinion, like, what is, Sylvia desperately need these many people in her lives? Where's God? Where's God? Why you go over to their house? Why you got to do that? Why you got to have a meeting for that? Why you got to do that? Why you got to do that? Like, whoa, too much time on the hand. And then it turns out that with all of these people that she had chose to become a particular type of associate or a friend with, like, they all end up beefing and bullshit. Again, I was like, no, there's a limit to that shit. There's a limit to it. But don't get me wrong. Y'all know I watched the shit out of Booker. I'm able to depict and decipher a lot of his BS too. But a lot of the BS was both of them nitpicking back at each other on a personal level, and don't get me wrong. Let me say this, because y'all know I watch everything just like y'all did. So back then, it was Bookham kind of lying about a fucking car, circling around him. Fuck no, he wasn't lying. I see them women in the car. I see them going, and I get it. She was trying to find a way, I guess, to retrieve a car back that was a terrible, goddamn bad deal. So I'm like, why the fuck would she do that? Okay, now it's in the courts. You have to let the courts deal with it. But somehow Sylvia ended up with, her cooling the gang people saying, no, we gonna deal with it, let's do this way, and then she wanted to go do it, and Ronald wasn't there, and they gotta do it. Now they became the police officers them damn selves to go get information. It's like, you didn't put it in the courts. Now go on with your life and let them have it. But I get it. The car still needed to get paid for. Technically, they let the motherfuckers come and find the goddamn car, report the car stolen. They know if it's stolen, the payments can't be made on the freaking vehicle, and you just go there. And it's like, I don't want my credit, fucked up. All of that shit is repairable way beyond the shit that I saw on fucking YouTube. Ain't no way in the hell I'm gonna go chase a nigga down for a fucking car that I done signed and you done agreed to do this. Go on, motherfucker. We gonna let the law catch it. And after the law catch you, and the car is reported stolen, and they retrieve it, now I'm going to file my goddamn lawsuits on the monies and shit that I lost. Now I'm going to go and have it paid or do whatever I have to do with it to repair and get my credit back. But you can also write to the credit bureaus. You can also write to your finance company and all of that stuff so that everything can be on hold. I just thought that whole showdown right there just totally distracted a whole lot of people from the information and the acting in a just way to help support Rkelly. There's a lot of shit that came out here to distract him. Papoose was like, man, fall back off this shit, man. These some straight up goddamn goofies. Period. Goofies. went from Rkelly to a whole bunch of personal shit. Now all the attention of the people that comes out and sit in the comment area is now more interested in the fights. What? I get it. Mr. Rkelly ended up, getting sentenced. Now I remember Sylvia saying that it's not about him. What happened, it didn't happen, and those, not those exact words, but close to it. So now it's time to move on. I also remember Sylvia saying it was time to move on because of people not believing in, in her, and how she would put the work out, and how she would get the information, because she would be like, I'm finna stop getting it, I'm finna stop getting it. But also she stopped getting it and putting it out because there was no more financial support to the level of what she was probably getting from the beginning, or it just dropped off. So it's like, there ain't enough support over here. I'm finna go where the damn money at. Where was the money at? In another case, the YSL case. Everybody wanted to hear that. And rightfully so. People should. If you want the information, go and follow the people. If you're not going to pay your money to go and get all of that paperwork and stuff, like I made a choice. At first, I was pulling information for Rkelly, but then all of a sudden I started saying, okay, well, now you got this person, Sylvia, you got this person, you got Bookham, you got this person, Catfish, hot mouth, bitch ass. I still can't stand that bitch, but I don't fuck with her. You got this person. All of a sudden, all these people all of a sudden just came like out of nowhere. So I'm like, well, okay, the people has changed lanes, right? Everybody start, because the title came out as a cousin. So he started capturing everybody. Then you got, Sylvia, where was already at some point of time, before even deciding to advocate for Mr. Kelly, had a particular type of credential that was allowing her to tappity tap into the system. But once she was able to do that, and you can see how many people that supports Rkelly or whatever, now it's time for plan B. Bring the information out to the people that they're going to come. Now it's time for plan C. Bring the information out because I'm getting it, because I want to, and I choose, to be out here to support Rkelly. Now it became money in that goddamn order. I don't give a crap what nobody say. It came in that order. Once you can see that you can prevail financially off of someone else's pain, and you have captured the people mental with doing so, it now becomes not a disease, but what do you call it? An addiction. It becomes an addiction now. You know how that addiction is so profound where people can notice it? It's when all of a sudden you can't get it. You are now bitching about it because the finances are depleting. And it's like, well, okay, so now it's like you have to take what you were doing in a reverse order now. Now it's, since the money is gone, let me stop putting out all the paperwork. The paperwork is what brought the people and all that stuff. Let me stop advocating for a little bit. Let me fall back off of this case. So now, poof, it's gone. But let me pick up the same type of genre in a different lane, which ended up being the YSL. After that, now it's the Nesto, situation that's going on over there. You follow the goddamn money. You follow where the people are going. However, it was done. And all of the personal arguments, even with me, having some words back and forth with the Catfish on some bullshit. Right? About a man. After I sat back and thought about that shit, I was like, what in the fuck am I doing? Because I know this ain't my character. But I also, you get caught up in okay, this the drama, but on the real tip, though, I gotta keep that shit serious, man. I was serious as a motherfucker about her, cause that's some controversial shit that no, no, and no, 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 right? But on the Scooby Doo shit, fuck, am I sitting here arguing with, what I think is fucking morons? Yeah, I fucking said it. And now I'm at the point to where now I can say something and let another person just talk your ass off. Because if I don't want to address it, I don't have to, and I won't. And if I want to address it, then I fucking will. Because I control Papoose over here and nobody else. However, like I said, I just saw, or I just heard. And I'm just like, okay, I hope that's not true. I really do hope that it's not true. I do. But if it is true, and Sylvia does not hold valid notarization to be doing, what was said, done, then I was like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. You still, no. Then there's consequences for those type of actions, Hopefully it's there. Hopefully she went down and validated it and got it, updated and it's current. I hope it's current. That's the only thing that just kind of hit me, though. Out of all that shit that Wisdom Daughter was saying or whatever, I'm able to, like I say, depict, where, because I don't like this girl. I'm able to depict when Dennis comes on and start laughing at hair and, the clothing wear. That's beneath me. I don't give a shit. I half-ass comb my damn hair when the fuck I want to. That's because I got goddamn control over it, and I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying at all about my hair or my teeth or none of that, because I know that with you saying it and you trying to talk about me is not about to get me locked the fuck up, so, or make me lose any money. So why would I care about some shit like that? But it's what draws, the chain gang in, and when they don't like a particular person, they join that gang, and it becomes just laughter now, So, it is what it is. No, I'm not blocking nobody. I like, to be honest, I like Audra's opinion. I like her. She's a thinker. She's a thinker. She's a grown woman, and you're allowed to have your freaking opinion, but that's just how I feel about it. I remember back at some time, though, I ain't gonna lie, I was over here saying I wish, and I don't preferably want people to go to jail, but my first thought was like, damn, I wish they all would just shut the fuck up. And then I was like, no, you need to go sit in jail. You need to go sit down. You need to go sit down. Because it just all became this big ass, distraction. The paperwork that came out, I'll never forget that paperwork. Ever. I have that paperwork that is tacked on my board, right? Because it's like, why did this happen? There's still some suspicious behind that paperwork. Rated R knows what I'm talking about. It was put out, and and this had to involve Catfish, Sylvia name in it, and the cousin name is in it. I still want to know what the fuck did Catfish had to do to take Sylvia up out of some shit that was going on. I still want to know that shit. That ain't going no damn well, because at some point in time, it's going to all come out. It really is. But, the things that I saw Sylvia do, to get information out of people, like that damn Demetrius guy. I mean, I was like, what? It's either your skills ain't apart or whatever, but man, I was the fuck like, who the fuck seduce some motherfucking body to get information, man? There's plenty other freaking information in a whole lot of ways, to get some or whatever. But what it does, it symbolizes how, women get hurt. It symbolizes why us women gets branded, particular names and stuff, At no point at all should any woman, especially when you value yourself and you a prayer, that you felt like, I need to do this. I need to twerk at my coochie cat. I need to flip at my nipples to get information from who the fuck? Where was God? I kept saying, wait a minute. Ho, 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 ho. Now, what part of God says to go on and be a little bit doing some porn shit? Because I'm going to have a problem with God, leading me that way. I got a problem. This ain't this. What we doing here? But that episode was funny as hell. But like I say, what is the measurement of now? Being so, I don't know. And it's a person's choice. So I won't say I don't know. It's a person's choice of what they want to be involved in and what they don't want to be involved in. However, and I know people get involved in it hoping and praying that only good intentions come out of it. However, how do we define what the good intentions based on what the public is viewing or, hearing? How do we define that? Because a person going down to someone else's business when you're not a private detective hired or an attorney hired or the judge hired, I'm looking like, what? I got a problem. Fuck is you coming to my business for? What information? And I don't, I get it with the media. Let me say this. And the media claims that, that there's some laws that entitles them to do certain things. Okay. But there's got to be a thin line between that shit. You're not finna tell me that because you're a goddamn blogger or a vlogger or a content creator or this or that and you run a social media channel that gives you the rights to bring your ass up to my front door questioning me and asking me something unless I sent for you to put it out. Now, going out thinking that it's a good gesture and you want to, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? I run this channel, which I guess most of them may do, and I have this many subscribers and we could get the word out if you're innocent. And I'm just saying, this is me, right? Let's just say I done stole the vehicle, right? I done stole 20 vehicles. I got a hit and run in one. I'm the big thing popping out there, and I got the big come to blogger coming to my door, and if you put your story out first and then I'm gonna look at you like you some type of goddamn fool. First of all, a lot of people say, well, you want my story, you will put a price on it. First of all, but second of all, I don't even think that I can do nothing like that because you've already tainted your fair act injustice. Why would you tell people some shit that can't do a goddamn thing for you in the court of law? I don't understand that. That's not your attorney. This is not the judge that's going to be presiding over your stuff. Why would you want to share something that that you probably have done? But you feel like because a person has come and told you that, well, we get your story out and people can do this and do this, that's going to get you off in the court of law. I don't get that shit. Like, come on, American people. Shut the fuck up. If I done went out there and then stole 10 damn cars and because you run a channel, if I tell my story about my mental health state or why I did this and did that, that's going to do what in the courtroom? Don't taint your story. Don't taint your story. Don't. But I get it. Social media is the way of the world, but social media has caused a whole lot of people in this world that comes out here based on, dealing, especially the black people. Oh my Lord, the black people. I don't know why y'all don't go getting on them damn white folk stories. Go put the damn white folk stories out there. Shit crazy as hell. Because you want to make a damn dollar. Not off of my goddamn stories, you ain't. Oh Lord, no, you're just not. But I'm just saying, when it came to Rkelly, I heard people, say, you ride into the end. I ride to the end in silence now because of the corrupt conspiracy and controversy that goes on out here. It's like, ugh, it's just insanely crazy, right? But because of R. Kelly being away right now, it's like, okay, I gotta go get into this, I gotta get into this, I gotta get into this. Basically you can start the whole story all over again, because there's always new people, that are coming. But most of the people left, like Sylvia, because of the retaliation, or all of the fights and stuff that I guess got overwhelming for her. But now there's this other case that is going on. This is Nesto, and it's like deja vu all over again. It's really like deja vu. I don't know. Whatever happened to, I guess Tasha K didn't want to hear it no more. To be honest, I thought that Sylvia was going to be able to go over and the same way that she got the information out of Demetrius, the information was, she was going to get it out of Tasha K, even though I know Tasha K was a little bit smoother, a little bit more experienced than Sylvia assumed that she is. I be smooth sometimes. Now, Callie, now when Sylvia did come on, Sylvia did have a credential badge. I saw it, when R. Kelly was downtown, and, she flashed that badge to get inside, or to prove that she was a person of interest, in that level. So what was that badge all about? To be... I don't know. She done worked in the finance department, worked in this department, worked in this department, worked in that department. I don't know. And the crazy thing about it, though, I don't even really know how. I mean, I've heard things. How did Sylvia even get pushed out from up underneath R. Kelly? Because then there was a situation that went on with him two girls, and it's just been just shit everywhere, man. You're about to implement the first constitution. Go right ahead. I've said this a long time ago, that is the common denominator of the BS that's going on and throughout the YouTube. Yeah, just respect each other's opinion, you guys. Hey, 403 Love. Hey, baby. So, I mean, it's just been a lot. And it's crazy because you'll never get this lane over here back in tune with advocating for Mr. Kelly. That would just never happen, because the way the fallout happened, it's too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Everybody wanted to be, on the top for this or this or that. And the crazy thing is you let them have it, and look what happened. There's no more a group of people that, is advocating, for R. Kelly, like that. Just a few on their channels. Now, don't get me wrong. When some new information or something else elevates on Mr. Kelly, you'll probably see Sylvia back out here. She's got to jump back on that for a minute, and, maybe she didn't leave him behind, or whatever the case may be. I just don't like where a person vlogs on something as if you are, the judge and the jury of a person that has been indicted on a particular crime. It's like, just state what you know, state what's in the paperwork. Try to find the findings of what's wrong with the law. What's wrong with it? How did they use this law? Was this particular law appropriate for this type of crime? I think that's where everybody arguments, should have been. You fight the law. And a lot of us knows out here that the law can be interpreted this way and misconstrued and used in a wrong way. You got to find ways of what is wrong, how it was wrong, Was it to this level of degree? What, and then find your sources and things where this law was used this way over here. So why are we using it this way over here? What makes it different over here? But we could not stay on that level. I think personally, none of them should have became as close friends like they appeared out here. But go home. Fuck home. Fuck is you going all over there steaks and fucking potatoes and shit for not even knowing or didn't even grow with a damn person. Now you're mad at a person because he done or she done turned on you. Some weird ass shit, man. And it just kept going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. They don't want Ernesto free because they all are all informants. May your new year as well, Tawana. May yours too. You have a blessed day and prosper, girl, and stay a flower. That's all we could do out here. But that's all. I just kind of wanted to address that because it just, like I said, it just behooves me. How do Sylvia have the same story that was over here about Rkelly dealing with notary? Now there's another story with this Sonia girl. Apparently, her and Sylvia notarizing some information that will allow this Sonia girl to retrieve from, I guess, Ernesto becoming power of attorney and getting inside of a vault that he may have, as far as messages or what's over here, and then share it back with Sylvia and her as content. That's ludicrous to me. Actually, it's insane and like I say, I don't know nothing about that goddamn Ernesto goddamn case. I'm just talking about how people should move and should not move so that you can prevent more shit happening to you. And another thing, because a lot of people say, well, maybe she should and maybe she shouldn't, right? I watch it a little bit and I have noticed that the Sonia girl is the girlfriend of this Ernesto guy who has a magnitude of stories of why he should be innocent and this or that. But then Sylvia has become great friends with her at some point so that you don't get mixed up in the Kool-Aid, because it's easy for them to turn a story around and start pointing fingers at Sylvia. I would distance myself. This is me. Oh, hell to the no. You go deal with that, sister. I love you, but I gotta love you for a distance because y'all got too much shit going on and I don't want to be caught up in this bullshit. So especially, when you're dealing with particular type of charges that this Ernesto guy has up underneath his belt. I'm like, no, and no. That Sonia girl, if it was me, would have to take God along with her because you guys got something that's way above my pay grade that I don't want on my heart. Like, who would want this shit on their damn heart? And then turn around, come back on the lives to express how tired. Oh, and this, and I'm sick of this, and I'm this, and I'm that. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. Because you won't cut the rope. So you ain't. You got a columbra of things that you are so tired of, but you can't walk away from it. That's some weird ass shit. Let me say I'm tired of this damn job that I go to more than goddamn 20 times in a month. I'm leaving this bitch. I mean, this job. I'm gone because I know I've had it at some point. But to keep saying that how you're tired, I'm tired of this person, I'm tired of this person, but then you're still in that same lane operating, you ain't tired. That's almost like saying you're tired of driving my directions that I come to work, right? I don't ever say I'm tired of it, because that way I got to get to work. I know when I get down and say, man, I'm tired of taking this way. Oh, I'm tired of this damn traffic. Oh, I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm going to go a different way. I'm going to solve that problem. I'm going to find me a different way. So it's just insane, you guys. It really insane. And furthermore, can't y'all, ain't no more good cases without, all like, maybe the white folks won't let the black folks all up in their goddamn shit. I don't know. But black folks don't have a problem going in. One thing I do know, that you should diversify. It should be diversified, because it don't look right. It don't look right. Because if you're going to be over there in the black people courts yelling and ifs and buts about some shit, and this law is what they are using to do whatever, your ass better be over there, because they using that same goddamn law over there. You got to fight for that law over there if you think it's wrong. That's just, yeah. How y'all doing today? I was shocked, just on that detail. All of that other shit that Dennis and those other women, Nyla or Wisdom Daughter, whatever, when they get in tune, all about the clothing and the hair and the what they call her, something about the hen. They call her hen. I don't give a rat's ass about that shit. None. What Sylvia is gonna learn: if you're gonna fight, then you're gonna fight. Don't sit up there and be talking about what, God, and my spirit is good. That's a lie. That's a black ass, bold-faced goddamn lie. We were born sinners. There is no such thing that you're going to hell because you met that same energy that people give to you. Now, that's one thing I am sick of hearing. Stop trying to play on these people about how sweet and this you are. We all are sweet. But God also made us to stand up and be a soldier to freaking fight, because he had to fight. He fought. He fought. And I don't mean physically, because we know it's just a metaphor. So we know there is not a person out here named God that is slapping around people. But he sure know how to work it, though, don't he? Spiritually, don't he? It's just the fact that we don't know. We're not supposed to know. But God didn't make perfect. And that's one thing that that Peppy, stop sitting and thinking that you're just so goddamn perfect. Because that's the main thing that is ruining your character. And that's how I feel about that. That's how it ruins your character. The only thing that you can do based on life that we were given from Jesus dying on that cross is to just be you. Don't try to make yourself be something because of this or because, and I'm not gonna, and I'm sweet, and y'all know I'm sweet, and no. I know you ain't. Because I done seen you driving around in the car pulling up on that damn boy. That wasn't nothing sweet about that. I don't give a fuck, it is looking for your car. I done seen and heard the flipping of the fucking bean in the tub and the nipples for a man. That ain't sweet. Those are things that those are things that it can be normalized by not trying to be perfect. There is no perfect amongst us. We're not perfect people. So to cuss or to flip your bean, for a man to get information and nippleize some damn body, or be out there allegedly, falsifying notarization for somebody or whatever. It's okay to be imperfect. You just got to be ready for the goddamn consequences of it. And I have to put this on record because I know it's a lot of y'all, if you like this person, you can't say nothing about this person. I have to tell you to those people, and I'm not singling out nobody. Fuck you. That's how the fuck I feel about it. Fuck you. So we gonna talk, and it is what it is. And if you don't call out the wrongs and you just let the wrongs fly by, your ass is gonna be sitting out there steady getting manipulated by the fucking shit that you think is right. So having those opinions are not killer bullets. They're not killer bullets. It's not. It is what it is. Y'all can talk about my ass. Talk about me until you think Jesus coming back. I wouldn't give a fuck. But stop trying to act like, maybe that's what people are not liking, and who gives a fuck about that if I was Sylvia? I don't give a fuck whether if you like it, if I'm perfect or imperfect, right? But it's like, just stop. Ugh. Oh, what the fuck are you trying to be so goddamn perfect for? Why in the hell do you think that, you're going to hell because you cussed? Why in the hell do you think that you're going to hell because you're visiting ex-cons or something like that? It's like, what the fuck? Just be normal. People normalize your damn self. It's okay. You'll breathe better. You'll laugh better. You'll cry better. You'll be mad better. Everything is just better because it just feels so normal. Just be normal. This is one thing for sure. I would never follow no one of my own. Like, never. To want to do, you hear me? You got to be crazy. Like, all of a sudden, because they established YouTube as a social media, you got to go pick the person to follow, to be the high. Who? Everybody out here grown as hell. Now you gonna wait to find somebody to follow and believe in they fucking truth because they on the camera smiling like this? Don't fucking follow me. I can't take you no goddamn where. I ain't God. Do you. You can't manipulate this fucking mind. You know why? I'm way past 3 years old. I'm way past 40. I'm past that shit. If I'd have believed in what everybody said because they're saying it and how they saying it, well, I wouldn't be where the hell I'm at right now. Fuck what you say. That's just how I feel about it. It is what it is. And you hear all this shit, especially us women. Y'all done been through all the damn lines of what a man can say to you and pick you up, turn you on. Ain't you know that shit by now? It shouldn't be that fucking easy now. It shouldn't be that fucking easy because somebody is on the fucking social media telling you, woo, 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 and I'm this, and I'm a real Christian, and I worship, and who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Do you? You ain't got to keep telling me the same shit over and over and over. I'm not the one that has a heaven or hell for you. So why do you keep needing to tell me this shit? Don't convince me. Convince you. Convince your heart. Convince what you know. Convince what you but want to believe in and how you act. Because I know, I'm telling you on the record, ain't none of us is perfect in any goddamn thing. We can try to be, but the harder you try to make it be, the more fiction you are up here. Up here. Mindset ain't right. Your mindset fucked up. Because you want to believe that you this and I can do this. I know. I'm going to be fucked up somewhere. I know that. God know I ain't perfect. And I know when I go and I try to walk that lane of perfectionist, I don't feel right. But I do know right from wrong. I know right from wrong. And I do know people. And I know people have a whole lot in this world to fucking gain, especially when we have learned how much us black Americans have been through oppression. However, oppression to individuals is only good for themselves. They ain't here for each other. It's what I can get out of it, what I can grow from it, how rich I can be with it. They're not really interested in the whole definition, the movement of the oppression, the whole bigger picture of it. It's about how I can get what I want out of this whole antic, a word of it. Yeah. And that's kind of what happened with this whole thing with, the Rkelly thing. This is what I can get out of it. It's what I can get out of it. So whether if infamous Sylvia is an informant or not, or Bookham or anybody else out here, they can't inform shit that you don't tell them. What they got? It's the people that can make their job a complete fucking failure. Don't tell them shit. Nothing. You want to go dig and people pass and do the doxing and this or that. And let's talk about the doxing thing for a minute, right? Let's talk about that for a second. They all have done it in some type of shape, form, or goddamn fashion. They all have done it. And I'm talking about these people who you guys have literally set up and watched on this damn screen that was doing a lot of back and damn forth. They all done did it. Sylvia may tell you that she didn't do it, but do I honestly believe that she did? Fuck yeah. Or resources behind her passing information on? Fuck yeah. But then what good was it? What good was it? It was only good to have information to use against you out here on social media. Didn't indict no damn body. Didn't invite nobody at all. But you know, it is what it is. I don't dislike none of them because I don't know these people. So I don't dislike them to the level to say, well, you know, this or that. I'm only at the level where I'm gonna say something about it. Other than that, I don't give a fuck what you do, because it's your life that you could be destroying. That's all. Your life. It ain't my damn life. Say what you want to say. Try to impress. Keep trying to tell it. That's another goddamn thing. Just because a person done said, that's another thing that I kind of, you know, just don't like. When Sylvia does it. So what? You've been accused of some shit. You've been accused of some stuff on social media. So what? Ain't no way in the hell, after everybody has accused of this or that, is that I will bring you any fucking explanation behind what I believe is my truth. You just got to catch it, like what those wisdom people are over there doing, all those other people pertaining to the information that her and Sonia may have been transparent about. They trying to catch it. They trying to catch her up. But what gets me is to come back and plead with the people how I did not do that, I did not do that, I did not do that. You ain't got to do all that shit. You didn't do it, you didn't do it. And if the people ain't a knocking on the door, grabbing your shit to find out, then it's like, fuck it. 2 buckets and a fuck it. Yeah, Callie, yeah, I agree with you on that one. That boy was pulling everybody goddamn shit. Everybody shit. To do what with them? To do what? Well, you're pulling people's shit because what? They come to the people come to the door allegedly and took all your shit to investigate some shit like that. That whole damn picture didn't look good either. You know, Sylvia went to go get herself involved in that when allegedly the book will tell everybody them people knocked on my door, they came and took all my shit and My first thing is, well, if your bitch ass had a regular motherfucking job to go to and not get caught up in this shit and just come out to advocate for Rkelly and talk about the law and what was done wrong, then you wouldn't be in this motherfucking predicament. That was my first choice of words. And then I also said that about Sylvia. Bookham is in this shit. Those people went to his house. Let them go. I couldn't understand why in the fuck is you now at his door taking this motherfucker for a 2 for $5 fucking Burger King meal when just fall the fuck back first. Let's see if he's gonna get fucking arrested or whatever. And if you want to be a friend and he has a bond, now go get that motherfucker. What is you finna do because the people showed up? Convince them to not go and search his shit when that's what the fuck they there for with a court fucking order? What the fuck? I'm just saying. That was all fucked up. Because I hear friend. I'm your friend. Totally unrated. But if I'm looking on the motherfucking news and them people is at your door riding the fuck up in there getting your shit, I'm gonna holler at you. Because I can't stop them. I'm gonna wait. Now, rated R, go ahead and call me. See if you got a bond to get out. My job is done as a friend. I'm coming to bond you out. Now go deal with your shit. Because you can handle your case better on the outside, like Rkelly was saying, than back on the inside. You can deal with more shit. You can get involved. You can do this. You can go and interview your attorneys and find out who is going to be best for you to take your case for you. That's it. And then they had to publicize that goddamn shit. Just over and over and over. Really? Really? They both was doing it. At the beginning, before they fell out. That's just my opinion. They was finding about who all was who and who lived here and what job they had and how many fingernails they broke and all that shit. Other than what fucking law was broken against Rkelly. Fuck is you concerned about if I got 3 motherfucking tires on my damn truck coming to work for? Rkelly is getting indicted outside his home. You know talk about that? It was weird. It was weird. All them damn fights and shit, man, over some goofy ass shit, cause somebody don't want to be a friend, and you told this of me, and I went over here, all that fucking kid ass shit. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Not that one unrated. Because when I was reading the chat over on the Wisdom Daughter, they was like, I thought Infamous Sylvia was supposed to get Kayla bumpers. Now, I know that there's got to be hundreds of freaking attorneys in Atlanta. I know it's got to be some. You can't tell me that the only attorneys to get involved with is the attorneys that represent a case that you vlogged on. There ain't no more. And because you done had, hypothetically speaking, lunch, private talks with this person, let me get this person. All these goddamn attorneys in Atlanta. I was like, oh, that's Kayla Bumpus is too damn busy enjoying her goddamn man. Why would she even, not only that, but why would she even want to, this is just me, even want to take a case for Sylvia after the shit that they done came out here and did to each other? Who the fuck, who can trust that? I wouldn't even trust that shit with a grain of salt. Who would trust that? They just had some words and stuff that did not match with each other. So as I was reading the comments, right, and everybody kept saying, well, I thought Sylvia had Kyla Bumpus as her attorney. Of course, nobody in the comments was answering that until they said, well, no, she was trying to achieve the somebody else, one of them other boys' attorney or some shit like that. My point of this all is learn to get the hell out of some shit so it don't cost you more money than what the fuck you making. Or you don't have to rely on the people to furnish money to get your ass out of shit. Because that's what they do. All of them get in some goddamn trouble now is, I need you to help pay, and can we get this, and I need this, and this is what it's going to cost me for this or this. I say that too on pertaining to Bookham. He want to be in it so bad. Respectfully, go right the head so. But at some point when you can't afford to be in it, then get your ass out of it. Last time I checked, he needed money for Minnesota. You need the money to go down to Chicago. You need the money for this. What in the fuck? It's the people. The people paid the price of a lot of this shit. Y'all paid the price for a lot of this shit out here to happen on their dime, on their watch, on the choices that they got to make. If I decide to go up to Minnesota, I'm going to fill my tank up, put my money in my purse, and I'm going to drive to Minnesota. I don't need nobody's help. I'm going to deplete mine sources first. Then if I fall a little short, because I only had $400-500 to get up there, and it didn't know that it was going to cost me, yeah, okay, I might need $20 in gas, y'all, but I'm going to do me first. I'm going to do me first. I don't want to do people first and then hold on to mine, because that seems exactly what the fuck's been going on out here. That's just my opinion. I'm going to hold on to all of mine. I'm going to kill the people pockets first. The fuck? Couldn't understand it. Sylvia had herself in a situation where she needed to get that other attorney. What was it, like $5,000? It was the people first. I'm like, but wait a minute. You've been on YouTube now since 2019, 18. Round 20, them checks started coming in. Where the fuck is them checks at? Fuck is them checks at, man? So at some point of time, you need to do the envelope game. One of them, you got, put $100 in there every week for this is your getting your ass in trouble envelope. Put another envelope every time you get your YouTube check. That's your $50 envelope. And every other week, you skip a week, put your $50 in there. That's your gas money to get your ass back and forth to all these goddamn court cases you trying to go do. Now you got your third envelope. Put your $20 in there. That gonna help you feed your ass when you're there. Because depending on people is just not dependable at all. But I get it. That's why you grow your community and your membership and your things like that respectfully. I get all of that shit. But at some point it's like, okay, no, I don't need none, y'all. I got this time. But it's all been on the people out here. It's crazy. Because of a choice that you want to do. Well, that's just like me saying, well, I got to get my ass up and go over here to this government goddamn job, y'all. I'm going to need y'all. I need $20 every day because I got to get to work. The fuck? I feel stupid asking. Because this is a choice that I made. Let me go do this. Let me go do this shit. But, it's just weird, though, you guys. It's just weird. It's just unnecessary. Would it be a perfect social media world if people would just allow people to just talk and you don't have a rebuttal behind it? Of course it would. But you have these people like myself, and I'm sure that, I get the rebuttals back as well. That is intolerable to some BS and the lies that comes with the BS. And it's like, there's something in your soul that makes you like, oh no, I gotta go address this shit. Oh, hold on. But me, I'm only just, like I say, sticking to that one little detail that just jumped out at me, on. And I also still want to know about that damn paperwork that told him rated R dropped out here. Now, what the fuck? I'm still on that. Did Catfish had to do to get Sylvia out of this? I still want to know that shit. May not be relevant to y'all, but it's relevant to me because that shit circumvented around Rkelly shit. That's why it's relevant to me. And I get it. Don't get me wrong. I know Sylvia got her team or whatever. But let's put that on fucking record because I don't have a team. As y'all notice. You never see me with no team in the back of me. But on the record, I ain't scared of no motherfucker. Put that on the record. None. You gonna call me this and just may be so happen that I might meet your motherfucking energy. I'ma call you what you call back. That's just how Pat roll. But on the other hand, I like to be a nice person and have my opinion as well on some things that I hear. Because I don't speak on a whole lot of shit that I be hearing and seeing. Like, okay, you gotta let that just flow up the river. You know, that's some bullshit. However, what I chose to think was not some bullshit, and what I find important because of me coming on social media up underneath the situation that occurred with Rkelly, that's the only detailing information that just sparked me and have me opening my mouth, was about this notarization, because it was also, which, like I say, allegedly, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure who found that information pertaining to whether if Sylvia's notarization was valid. I'm not sure if it came from the him too or if it came from Bookham, but it was in this circle of life over here that, oh, wait a minute, her shit has expired. As a matter of fact, I think I got sent the copy of it, of the date that it was expired, but she also was trying to, or did, notarize some things or whatever that caused a conflict in the Rkelly situation. So now I'm like, why is this coming back up again in a conflict with a Sonia situation? Why? Because if her shit is valid and it is accurate, then that should have not been a topic to have any conspiracy against Sylvia on. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, oh Lord, I want to see it. And I ain't nobody to see it, you know what I'm saying? But I want to see it. I want her, since she likes to come on and prove where these people are just picking at her or lying at her and this or that, put the goddamn notarization up on the live with the valid date on it and kill that damn shit. And kill it. Just kill it. That, but, you know, that's just me on a wishful thinking. Because, baby, you ain't finna tell me that my shit is expired and I'm doing some frivolous shit. I'm coming right on here and be like, what? Are you crazy? Are you nuts? What does this say? What does this say? This is what I'm going to do. What does this say? What does this say? This is what I'm going to do. This ain't, what does this say? This is valid. This is true. And I know it's an Exxon Mobil. I love this car though, y'all. I be getting gas at the low on here. I got so many points on my car. But anywho, that's rewards. But that's what I would do. Where I would shut that shit down in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. That's one thing that I'm going to kill. That's because I've already been through this situation occurring under Robert Sylvester Kelly's situation. That's all. That's all. Yeah, I think so too, Callie. And but I just gave you my opinion on that. A person that does that is borderline have narcissistic behavior, and also borderline a manipulative person. The person that's just gotta keep pounding into you about their innocence. And when you innocent, you ain't even got to do all of that shit. That's just how I feel about it. I told you, I'm going to tell you I'm innocent. And until I have to go and stand in front of a judge and a jury, that's all you going to have to believe. That's the end of the story. Period. It's almost like, well, if I don't keep trying to convince it, then I'm going to lose the people, that supports me. And fuck that. Do the people paying the damn rent? None. Well, no, that's not true. That's definitely not true. You say arrested Georgia again, Dana? We shall see too. I don't know. I saw the information come out about his driver's license. At the end of the day, we can pretty much put a number on how many goddamn people are driving out here with expired license and non-insurance drivers. We can put a number on it. So when I saw that at the end of the day, I had to make a decision. Oh, well, do I want to follow behind this and come and laugh at this shit? Then I thought about it, man, fuck that shit, because at the end of the day, that ain't the shit that's about to get him no goddamn 20, 30 years either. So it's like I changed my focus up, man. I like the buffale. I like to laugh at a lot of shit. But I'm like, man, that's old shit. Ain't nothing happened. I'm waiting on the shit where Sylvia in Bookham is going to have to actually appear in court about this whole tracking that shit, and Dennis Byron as a fucking witness. That's what I'm waiting on. All that other shit, man, how many times Sylvia done been to court, man? This shit crazy as hell. Crazy as hell. I couldn't do that shit. I can't let no shit like that distract me from where I actually make a living at. Who got time to be running? Who in the hell wants to even go to court on a damn traffic ticket? Most people just say, fuck it, I'm gonna pay the fine. It is what it is. These motherfuckers love going up in the fucking court. When we're sitting out here depicting and dissecting and all the above on, yeah, what? That ain't no black people's courtroom. You niggas are steady running to the white man to help resolve a fucking black issue that you brought on yourself. And 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna favor for you. Oh, that's tomorrow? Oh, Lord. Somebody send me the link. I got to be on that fucking live. I got to be on that. I need that one, y'all. I'm going to pay somebody $50. Send me that shit. Send me that shit. Because I'm definitely going to make sure it's accurate. Because I notice now when people come from court, it's a whole bunch of different ass shit said. Like when Sylvia went to court down there, and what's the judge, the lady judge name that came behind the other judge in the YSL? Yeah, I don't remember names like that, right? I'm bad with names. And she brought Sylvia in, and Sylvia started talking about some shit about the etiquette and this or that, and I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Did you or did you not? Did you? Was you not? And, all that other explaining ass shit so that the judge can favor. And I get it. It's a tactic that people use. I almost said black people, but I guess I better generalize it to just people. Judge Page, Whitaker, yeah. I'm like, did you really go up there to... Sylvia bought our ass a goddamn book out of that shit on how to act. It's like, but at the same token, if someone of that level is offering me a book on how to act, somewhere, Sylvia had to learn that, okay, there's someone else looking inside of your character that's saying that there's something that is just off with your character. But Sylvia went in there with a whole convincing attitude, man. She's like, well, the judge, and it was all about the etiquette, and and I was sitting up on the couch laughing my ass off on that shit. I was like, instead of just saying, you know what, you're right, I'm gonna make some changes. I'll accept that book. I'm going to read that book. I appreciate it, and I'm out of here. I ain't about to go in there being no whole complete ass kisser. Ho! But see, that goes to show you, though, how we can change that character up in front of these powerful or the white folks that has a particular power. But then, when you got to go up against your black counterpartner, right? Oh, you the shit. You bad now. I've seen Bookham do it. Bookham in the courtroom. He over there. He got to be excused. Because my batteries are low. I got to go get my battery packs. This nigga knew he was going to court. You knew that everything of a piece of evidence that you had was on them damn phones. So the first thing you gonna do is have your phone fully loaded with backup charge to it to prove your case. They had to do something with the court. I guess they had to call a recess or whatever. Did I don't think he ever came back or some shit like that, and blah blah blah. Same thing down there at with Sylvia. In front of the freaking judge, where they done played that video over and over and over and over and over again. What does Sylvia do? Stands up there, cries in front of the judge, introduces her daughter, talks about her husband, and all of that stuff. And then, of course, we know Rkelly is in the mix of they bullshit. We always be dealing and no, no, and no, and no, and no. He don't like me, I don't like him. This is what he did, and I did this. We've been going back. It's about you and him. You and him. That's the only two names you should basically been hearing up in some goddamn courtroom, when most of the entire people out here know if you're going into a courtroom and you mention Rkelly name, that they gonna feel some type of way any goddamn way. Knock, knock, people. Judges stick together. So what makes you think that you were going to mention Rkelly name in the pursuit of y'all shit, that was going to have any leniency on what the fuck you and him or her was doing? No, you probably pissed the judge off a whole lot more, because that judge was already agreeing and seeing the things of the way Judge what's the judge in New York, one of y'all, who gave him the time, right? You think that them judges wasn't watching that shit? Do you think that those judges are gonna sit in there and say, oh well, yeah, oh, so y'all was out there with Rkelly? Oh, that's a good thing. And yeah, and did you really think that shit was gonna play that way? No, absolutely fucking not. But y'all brought his name up. So now you put the judge in a particular mood. Donnelly, thank you, sweetheart. In a particular mood, who's already probably got something against Rkelly. That's how y'all both started off y'all court hearings. Well, we were out there for Mr. Kelly. So motherfucking what? Then you go into your stories about, well, how this happened to me. And if I was a judge, the way it looked like to me, both of y'all was in there needing a judge to preside over who was the best at fucking advocating. That's what the fuck I got out of it. I was like, what the fuck? And he did this to me, Your Honor. And she did this to me, Your Honor. And he did this. Man, you know what? Both of you motherfuckers guilty. Go to fucking jail. That's just how the fuck I feel. But the judge presided to what she thought was best, and that was to leave each other alone. Did that happen? Nope. Booker came back out here playing that shit on replay. Sylvia, because she don't have the finances and the proper attorney to pursue that, knowing that he literally just violated what the judge order was. You couldn't even do right and nail his ass on that. And you know why? Because you did not have the money and the resources to do so. But had you did, that was an easy peasy right there. That was an easy peasy. He came right back in less than 24 hours and violated that damn order. Yeah, publicize that. But you see how we could talk that shit? You can pray all of that shit. You can believe in this and you can do that. But at the end of the day, you don't have all the qualities that you need to bag up and do what it is that your character, you understand what I'm saying, is trying to show to the people. Now, you ain't got all of that. I'm just saying, had it been me, we'd have been right back. We'd have been right back. But see, that's when your money is long. Your strength is strong, and you done hired the right person to come at that ass. But that didn't happen. What happened was more controversy. So when he played, then here comes what's the name of the silly seal channel? I don't understand. That. I mean, I'm Papoose. I come on in the motherfucking rabbit. I'm still fucking Papoose. I ain't. Who got the other fucking channel? Now, over here on the Silly Seal, that's a different character. Where the fuck they do this shit at? No, you're the same damn person. So it's like, who you trying to fool? Who fell for this shit? Now, I could do this over here, but I don't want y'all to believe, because this ain't my character. No, that's your character. It's the same person that was over there with the same face, hair, nothing changed. Nothing changed. Oh, the people are supposed to be able to depict the good person from the bad person, and do all this. No, I'm coming on in the silly rabbit. I'm the silly person. I'm the good person. I'm the bad. I just because I'm not perfect. But when you try to separate your born naturality, humanality of who you are, and you want to break it down that I'm somebody, ain't that some schizophrenic or what you bipolar? What the fuck they call it? Y'all know all the mental health ass shit. Ain't that some bipolar ass shit? I cannot clone myself to be something else over here. This is who the fuck I am. It's impossible. But that takes us back to the beginning of the story, right? Where we are perfect or we can be imperfect. So stop coming on trying to portray that you have 100% quality of a perfectionist, because it's not real. This shit ain't real. It really isn't. Can you be the best that you can try to be according to the order of the word? Yeah. But when you really dig into the word, like I used to, and I pick it up here and there. But I don't know why I seem to be picking up, and when I open the book up, it's always something about somebody got a fight, and somebody got killed, and this got drowned in the tiny sea, and the this or that, and when he come back, we don't know if he gonna burn or flood, or I'm like, wait a minute, the whole Bible isn't about good deeds. It's not. It's some scary shit in there, and of course we are taught or learned that the stuff that has happened, that occur throughout those biblical times is what we're seeing today. It kind of repeats itself in the cycle of life, so we see the burning, we see the planes falling down, we see the fights, we see the killing, we see the murder, all that shit that I pick up in the Bible, it didn't happen in there too. So how are you so perfect? Because it wasn't perfect in there. It was not perfect in the Bible. But that's just me. And I try not to read the freaking verses of all that scary stuff that didn't happen. I'll be like, what the heck? Oh, my Lord. Jesus. What happened? But, like I say, it's you can take it for what it is, call it a distraction or this or that, according to your understanding of what you see and what you hear. I'm past and I'm beyond that. I'm like, okay, this over here is some bullshit. Let me just laugh at that shit, because at the end of the day, it's up to you to place your heart where you choose to place it at, and mine is already in place. And nobody's gonna take that from me. I advocate, and after reading what the law says, how it should have done, how it worked, after reading all of the constituents that was involved play out in a bunch of text messages and the movement of these girls and this or that, listen to Geronda Pace, listen to Faith Rogers, listen to Dominique, I listen to all these girls. So I waded in, and I was like, I weighed in Mr. Kelly's previous court from 2008 of what happened throughout that. I read all that shit over and over. I believe him. He's definitely right. How The system had to cheat to prevail in what they did, and then add on some additional current stuff that I don't think it was rightful to do on him. Speaking of Azrael, you not finna come in here and play in my face about that's my man, and then find some freaking text message about him texting another girl, and the girl said this, and he might have said he was gonna marry her and dump you. Does that mean that I should go out here and have these federal people indict him on my anger to do some shit to him like that? Fuck no. Fuck no. And I'm like, no, these people do not believe in reaping what they sow. That's the first thing my thought was. Should I believe where, all of this stuff, watching Dominique mama chase her all down, and you find her, she unharmed, she ain't this, yeah, she got her hair cut off, but who the hell to say that she didn't pick and choose that identity on her own? They blamed all of that on Rkelly. Geronda Pace, you coming out here and you're telling me, or the people, you done climbed over a fence, and Bubba did this, and so-and-so did this. Fuck that. So it was a lot that they have done with what the law chose to pick and choose on how they want to charge him. The whole what's the first girl name? What's her name? Rashonda or whatever. Overseas, you're performing. He helping this. He paying your rent. He doing such and such. You still living with him. You're still asking for money. You're doing. Fuck that. No, no, and no. You don't get to have your cake and eat it too. So a lot of these things of what these people were saying. Not only that, now I'm looking really deeper into it, and somebody said something in the comment, or he's a pedophile, he's a he does the R, he does this, but he likes young girls, but yet then he has 3 kids by a freaking adult, a grown ass woman. She wasn't 14, 15, or 16. So that opened up my eyes even more. It's like, but yeah, because if that was true, and then the question was asked out here about Rkelly, when it came to law, how come, all these women are not walking around with a bunch of little Rkellys running around? You wanted them so fucking bad, but you ain't no baby. You wanted to trap them so fucking bad. And that would have been the number one way of trapping Mr. Khaled. Go have his goddamn seed. You saw that? It's just the way that they chose to use the law against him on the premises of what these females were saying. And not to even put the sugar on the top. You mean to tell me that I'm supposed to sit here and believe that Joy just got kidnapped and did this, and Rkelly is just manipulated her to stay, but yet then not having anything to say to her parents? No, something was done over there. Something was done over there. But let me speak on Joy just for one more second, because I still, I got torn in between something. And this was when Joy came out and she was having that discussion about with her parents, about how she cheated on Rkelly. So that tell me right there, okay, she's already, or was, with Rkelly at a legal age, right? And then Rkelly gone for a minute. Something happened, between those two, and then she had that affair or whatever with the other boyfriend who they kept mentioning when she was talking with her parents. I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head. So where I got torn was, okay, is something now because, Rkelly opened the door back up. Okay, well, you can come on. But then she says, well, you got to prove to me that, you're going to be, this person are fair and truthful with me and blah, blah, blah. And then you could come back. She said 2 weeks. So then she ended up leaving this guy, or whatever the case may be, or they broke up after Rkelly found out about the situation, and then she's now back with an Rkelly. Really? But then now you got the parents chasing a daughter who has been entangled with 2 guys publicly, talking about it on social media, and you want the public to judge Rkelly. Well, why wasn't there such big fuss about the other guy that she was dating in between time? So that right there solved that up for me. Like, no, 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 no. We not finna make two wrongs a right. No, 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 no. You don't, we're not finna do that. Oh, let's go after the big profile. Not only that, it was the guy that came on that said that he worked with the Tim Savages. Did I believe that? Oh, hell yeah. The only thing that I did not like about him is that he refused to, come out or go to court and do an X, Y, and Z on behalf of Rkelly. Or maybe he did. And these were the people that the attorneys or the prosecution, nobody was interested in. It's a whole lot of shit that they just wasn't interested in. But when it came to Rkelly, knowing that this is huge for him. This is a second go round for him. You needed, I'm talking about his defense team, and early on, to when he first got it out, you needed any and everybody who you can substantiate and prove what they were saying was accurate. You needed them all. It didn't matter if this trial had to go on for 10 goddamn years. You needed them all, as long as you can confirm, you done conveyed it, and you can put this on record under oath about these people telling their truth. But they did not. So I kept asking myself, why is Mr. Kelly only limited to a certain amount of number of people on the stand for him? That there really bothered me. Because, baby, if he would have had, if he could have had a busload that lined it up, then that's what it should have been. That's what it should have been. But I listened fairly to these females. And I just couldn't buy it, you guys. And I am, keep in mind, for women's rights. I don't want anybody fucking victimized. But if I feel that you played a part in this and that you were the go along and get along and you were okay with this at first, you don't get to fucking change your mind. You were down for the fucking cause. And there's no way that I would ever believe that when Clary's did that thing talking about, so what they didn't know, we didn't really know that, and he didn't really do, and we didn't know anything about what's her name? Rock the Boat Girl. I told y'all I'm bad with names. Like, get the fuck out of here. Really? Who buys that? And to where Mr. Kelly's situation became nothing but people personal feelings about, this or that, and then watching these people put together a whole fucking animated goddamn conspiracy act against him. Aaliyah, thank you, baby. Oh, I love you, Tawada. I am so bad with names, girl. And I guess, like I said, if I don't deal with it or every day to make it really stick, and it's like somehow it fades from my conscious. Now, don't get me wrong, because the stuff that I deal with here at work, like, I know everybody's name because I'm with it every day, so it's a big difference. So sometimes it'll fade off from me with trying to recoup their name in my memory as quick as I should. I have to think, play the song in my head, then the name will come to me. I got to do that. So I'm a little slow, like mentally. I got, that's one of my freaking flaws that I have going on in my life. Like, I can't remember. I done been to a high school reunion a while back. I remember, and I'm up in there, and mind you, I've been out of high school like a long time, and they be like, "Hey, girl," they say my name, and I'm looking at them. I'm like, "Oh my God, what? Who are you again?" I don't remember, but they all know me. Like, how y'all still remember my name? And a lot of it is with the high school, right? Everybody has changed. When I tell you changed, like, they look so different. But then, and I'm not gloating or nothing like that, but when you look at me, and I'll show you guys my high school pictures or whatever, you be like, damn, girl, you ain't changed that. And it's true. I literally have not changed that much to look different the way, I was. But some people, I'm like, okay, I don't know if it's the hard knock life. I don't know if it's the hard alcohol. I don't know if it's the hard drugs. I don't know if it's just, the hard, having a lot of stress and things that kind of changes our appearance or whatever. I've always been happy. Don't get me wrong. I have had, my altercations. I have arguments and stuff at home with my guy or with my kids or this or that. But I'm like happy throughout even those arguments. It doesn't. I don't let it affect me where it puts the wear and tear on me. Like you drive your car. You put the wear and tear on it. So and it gets old and it gets ugly. That's because we're just running them into the we run them every day, and I just don't do myself like that. Like I'm fine. Infamous Sylvia, yeah, infamous Sylvia looks like she just aged damn near 10 fucking years on this goddamn YouTube with all this bullshit going on. Yes, I can say that she does. I'm like, from the time that I met her downtown Chicago, and I was walking around and I was asking everybody, who you are and your energy, why you here, what do you believe in, if it's totally different. She looks totally freaking different. Young, vibrant, energy wise and everything. But now, shit. And I ain't talking about her like that, but I'm just stating the obvious. Sylvia look old than a motherfucker right now. And that's a lot of wear and tear on the freaking body. Hey, Melissa Love. Yeah, a lot of wear and damn tear. I'm like, holy shit. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And I wasn't going to get on the whole hair thing, whatever, stuff like that. And I know we try to go to, little hairstyles like I did, like this. Try to make it look younger. A ponytail. You try to do stuff like that, to kind of keep you. But, that was a little too much. I was like, okay. Or maybe it's just me, I, anywho, yeah. And so it gave the people, something to talk about. Same way over here. If when I change my hair up, you got something to talk about. If I do this, you got something to talk about. So, and I get it, but they went kind of hard on her, especially Dennis did. I don't know. But I just wanted to let you guys know that's my reason behind Mr. Kelly. I don't need nobody to stand up to convince how hard they are of a cousin. I didn't need nobody to convince to me how hard they were as a godson. The godson shit was really off the chain because you remember that other guy that came on that's, that was supposed to, that he was a mentor and we, you remember things that was said behind that and he met him and he knew Joy and this and that because he was there and this and that. And then next thing we know, you got, Bookham coming on and he does his live downtown Chicago on the news with the sisters and now he's the godson and he's the godson and he's the godson. Like that shit was really important information to know. Like you all were supposed to be convinced that a godson was enough to free Rkelly. What the fuck? Okay, just tell me once. Okay, that's good. Salute, brother. That's good to know. It's not enough to persuade me to put all of my eggs in the basket to Rudy Toot Boot behind you because you a goddamn godson. Who gives a fuck? The godson is not the one incarcerated. The godson is not the one that is adjudicating a fucking case. So why would I give two fucks about that? Why was it necessary to even, keep going that type of, way with it? I'm like, what the fuck? Now, since I'm talking about the godson, let me tap on the god sister. And the reason why I don't say the things that I'm saying against the god sister as opposed to the godson. Here's the reason why. Because the god sister was actually brought in interrogation around the same time. So they've been through all of this stuff. The god sister also put up information where it clearly showed everybody, even when I caught her first live over there with Dr. Rice, right? She did that live over there. I remember that live. It was the first time I ever seen her. She put the information up where there is connection between Mr. Kelly and her mother. She put that shit up. I'd rather listen to her stories about some eventful good activities behind Mr. Kelly. Because there is proof and there is facts that she has definitely showed. I like to hear her stories. I have not seen anything placed with Mr. Kelly or the godsons or the cousin other than an old ass portfolio with the cousin, which I am bright enough to know that everybody gets to go to the concerts, VIP, know somebody that knows somebody, and Mr. Kelly maybe want to take a picture. Now that I've heard it out of Mr. Kelly's own mouth that, well, I call everybody, a cousin. He introduces everybody, and it's how you take it, whether if you want to run with it as a biological family member. It's up to you. I don't give a fuck. But then you had the godson, a previous picture, brought out a newly picture where him and infamous Sylvia had the same, Rkelly had on the same goddamn coat. So that told me there, oh, you are a newly goddamn godson now. The other godson, technically, I ain't seen shit on that either. It is what it is. I guess you can walk around now and call yourself whatever to Rkelly so that you can gain the control over the minds of the general population out here so that they can hear you based on your stories, whether you are for him or you not, quote unquote. But somehow they have put out a lot of information that they are for him. Whether if it's true or not, I don't give a fuck. They put it out. Paperwork, this or that. But the difference between one godson and the other godson, the one godson from Chicago, he kind of just sticks to the narrative. I'll give him that. The paperwork, this or that, what he believed. Now, the other godson, he goes and he puts the paperwork and this or that, but he found another force. His force was, I'm finna go and get, everybody else entangled in some shit and call them all out and do this and do that. Controversy. He had to go be the bigger problem solver out here in the streets when there was only one person incarcerated, and that was Mr. Kelly. Fuck what they doing. Go fight the law. Because you trying to convince these people that X, Y, and Z had, it did this, and like when, oh my God, I'm bad with names. Hold on, what's her name? When I don't talk to people every day, it kind of just blanks out, y'all. She put up the information about the Don Russell and the van getting broken into, and they took all this stuff and they did all this stuff, and then Don Russell went on the assumption or whatever that it was Angelo or whatever, and then the godson Bookham, he jumped into that. Needed to prove all of that. Well, if you're going to jump into the fire and you're trying to prove that this wasn't Angelo doing or his son or whatever, okay, you gonna follow through and finish? Ain't you that mad enough to go? The only way that he knew how to go after the person who would put out the information was to attack that person. There was nothing else to be done behind that, because he's not the law. He wasn't the law. He can just build content off of it like everybody else, right? But that's the only information. And if I'm missing something that will validate the credentials of these people, okay, then forgive me. It is what it is. Then forgive me, but I haven't seen it. Same thing with her, Joy, Sharon Wimbush. Man, what told me off with that one was to, first of all, if y'all remember the live I did, and I was like, why, after the walk for Kales, I was like, why the fuck is she putting out shit like that? All these people are down here doing this for Mr. Kelly. Why would she say that? So, and I addressed that issue. It's like, well, that didn't make sense. Why would you be going after the walk for Kales? Why would you even, this is another thing that I just kind of don't like. Once action has been completed, you know, and we've done this and we've done that, and you wasn't there to help do this and help do that, I can't stand, I'm gonna put it on, I can't stand a motherfucker that comes behind something to say, well, we should have done it this way, and you could have done it that way. It's there, along with your fucking ideas. That right there, oh God, yeah, I'd be like, oh, I have to refrain from rebuttal to that, because this is what we should have did. Well, this is what you could have done, which is got up off your ass. Because it wasn't just one, it wasn't just two, it wasn't three, it was way more, for enough time for people to come and be involved. And if you choose to kind of change some things up on an agreement, we're all in a group, then let's work together and do so. Not sit on a fucking screen talking about, I said, what coulda, shoulda, and you shoulda went over here, you shoulda went to Washington, D.C. Well, why these group of people were downtown Chicago, then get your group of people and take y'all asses up to Washington, D.C. That's just how I felt about, you know, with the Sharon Wimbush. That's one thing. What was another thing that she had done was, and it had always just like, oh, kind of, you know, maybe, you know, kind of, oh, what the fuck, was when she was telling her story about Rkelly, and y'all seen that live, right? And she started talking about her, you know, needing a match, and she was trying to cook some chicken or grill some chicken or whatever some shit was, and then she went upstairs and went through the drawers and found the panties of her some what the fuck? Like, basically what you're saying is, without saying indirectly or directly, pertaining to Mr. Kelly having his particular type of women around. You're basically exposing some of that, if you will. You what? And I was like, okay, now what the fuck good is that gonna do him, putting a story out like that, and you are a paid constituent that, you know, is in and out of his home plenty of times, saying you're cooking, you're the nutrition, or you're that. If you've been given access to be in someone's home, everything up in there about what you hear or what you see becomes private. It's private. When you leave that home, you basically should kind of be like me, have some amnesia about some shit. I don't even know. But she felt private, you know, proudly, like, okay, well, he did this, and yeah, he did this, and such and such of this. Now, I don't want to contradict myself, because she had one story where she was telling that also debunked, you know, allegedly, I don't know, because I'm not there, some shit about Andrea. With Andrea popping out on all these freaking shows and doing all of this, and to talk about how she didn't have no money and $2,000 to escape and such and such and such, but yet then you got a Wimbush over here talking about how they at the grocery store balling and balling. Now, keep in mind, a long while back, it used to, when I first like encountered this, this was before I tapped in on Facebook, and I saw this young lady. She had some type of, you know, health issue going on. I forget what it was. And all of a sudden I saw Bookham on there, and I didn't know who he was. I was just listening to him, right? And I was like, nah, something ain't right about this goddamn story, right? That was the first time that I ever seen him. Didn't know nothing about him, and yada yada yada. He's telling this story to this girl, and he also came back later on down the road and played that live of hers on his channel. But that's where I seen him at. But prior to that, I came across another female's content. She's not a blogger or nothing like that. She was just, to me, just seemed to be talking what she know on her live. And she was talking about everything about Andrea. And this was prior to the no, this was right at the indictment, prior to all of the stories being made by Angelo or Tim and all this stuff. She had already was telling about Andrea's character, how when she would come to Chicago and cars that she would ride and the money she would be flossing and the things of this and the this and this and things like that. But and then after that, I'm years in, and now I hear and Rkelly with a total different story about how he didn't left us and he didn't do this and he left me in the house and he did this. But yet then there's a witness on a live saying that they know, when she's in town and she's driving around and she's having a ball and kicking it and things like that. So it's like, let's just jump out the story, because these are the things that I felt that Rkelly has done me wrong on, or said me wrong, or whatever. So guess what? I'm going to get back at him. Men should be weary about, those type of females, to have those repercussions up underneath their belt. Because by golly, you guys arguing with these women and you're doing this, or you didn't give this woman, $1,000 this week or whatever, and they make these stories up on you, then it's like, what the fuck? I'm kind of glad that a lot of their character came out publicly so that the world can see. Hopefully that there are a lot of men out there that became educated in this type of, because it did become an awareness of what can happen to you. Our minds always plays tricks on us. The strong ones kind of know how to rebuke certain tricks that should not happen, but we think it, we think it, we think about those things, but is it right to do? That's where the borderline of what we need to pay attention to. Think it all you want. Think because, oh my God, yeah, he took your car and you found another woman inside of it. Does it really make you that fucking mad to say, you know what, I'm finna take this nigga down. I'm finna set him up. I'm finna make sure I can get him in jail for 20, 30 years, especially if you got children by him. Because after that, we have to hear your sad, sorry ass fucking stories about now how you got to take care of your kids by yourself and I can't get him in school and all of that shit. So you gotta make the right damn choices on some things. What would have been the best resolution for you pulling up on your guy in your car with another girl? Going on about your business. Going on. Wait for him to bring the fucking car back, have your shit packed, and get the fuck on. Because if he did it that time, he's probably done it several times. It's like, just go. We have to stop premeditating things of taking people's lives away because of, just, I don't want to call it normal, but shit happens type of things, man, shit happens, and that comes back to the beginning of my story, because we all are imperfect people. He did not create perfect people. As much as we want everything to be fucking perfect, love, finances, education, you name it, we want it, but it's just not that way. It all depends on how you choose to deal with it. But dealing with it does not have to kill a person. It does not have to be at all times having someone incarcerated. We gonna talk about the white people doing this and the white people doing that, but you don't mind getting them locked up, knowing that, guess what? When he make that collect call to you and you accept it, and that money that you paid into that, yeah, that's going to the white people. Yeah, that's going to the white people. Yeah, it's a lot of things that we'll do, and you think that you feel better now. You resolve the issue. You don't win in the end. You don't win in the end. We don't own shit. We don't own it. The ID that you got to go get to go and visit the person that's incarcerated, where that money goes. Who controls that? I'm willing to bet it's not a black person up there or owning and running that entity. I'm just saying. So, but we do what we think makes us feel better. But then you come back out here with these old sad, sorry ass stories of the kids and the kids, and the kids ain't got to suffer. You could have went the fuck on after you found that girl in that car with that guy. Time heals everything. Then after a minute, a period of time go by, you can contact them to say, hey, I just need help. It's about the kids now. A lot of things can be savage. You can work things through. But I get it. One got to be off better than the other, or the baddest than the other. I'm going to prove some shit to you. Da, 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 da. Or you going to have a nigga in his car. Like what that did. That made you feel better? No, because your conscience is feeling bad. You can believe that shit. Sometimes when you try to reciprocate the same medicine, yeah, you feel bad about that shit, man. I got to get ready to go, y'all. I've been out here just wrapping my mouth to y'all for a while. Y'all hit the like button on the channel. I appreciate that. But back to what my focus was. And that was I just had to point that out about the whole notarization. Hopefully, instead of Sylvia coming back with, God said to do this and God said to do that, and she's gotten herself caught up in another wildfire over here on the premises of freaking people being incarcerated. It's just, man, you put it in their face. No, I'm saying, if the notary is valid and current, you shut that shit down. Even though she'll probably say, well, I don't owe anybody anything. However, if what they're saying has some facts to it, and these people are getting ready to go in depth in a thorough investigation about involvement, about who Nesto is conveying and conversing to, and transmitting information to some, premises that he probably should not be doing or whatever, and you have been accommodated some of these things, this information, or given a laptop to hide or whatever, you be ready for your damn defense, because that shit is crazy. And oh yeah, I'm hungry. So, but it's crazy. And another thing though, which I was like, because people will put out, whatever comes out your mouth. And I was looking, and then there was a question imposed in the comment area that kind of make you think, right? Why? The question was, well, why does Infamous Sylvia always supply or is able to? But this is where I'll probably try to debunk that too. And they say always, every time Nesto asks for Infamous Sylvia to send him some type of, or bring him some type of Bible or verses, literature or whatever. I'm not sure if she does or if she doesn't. I do remember one Bible. I don't know about a continuance of Bibles or literature, right? But it is kind of suspicious, like, because there's Bibles and things that you can get from the prison already. They're in the library. You can request those. Now, I'm Sylvia. I know you ain't over there sliding no illegal contraband, cutting the Bible pages open and shit where them people can't find it. Because I gotta say, if you doing some shit like that, Sylvia, girl, you gonna need more than Jesus. And I don't even know what the hell is more than Jesus out here. If you doing some shit, can y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all can imagine Sylvia putting contraband in the Bibles? Put a 2 if you can't imagine it. Sylvia, girl, you better not be cutting open them little pages and found how to slip some little something through them little pages where they can't see it. I would say, Sylvia, you've been watching too many 48 motherfucking hour shows. It ain't no way in the fucking hell with it should you be risking anything like that unless it's a damn ring on your damn finger and there's some promises had or made or being or given. Cause I don't know. Like I say, somebody said that in the comment area. And I was like, what? That is kind of suspicious though, right? Why does he need so many Bibles brought in from Sylvia if she's bringing in, a lot of this literature, right? And I'm pretty sure the people is, that would ring suspicious, right? Activity. He's got one. How many more does he need? How many different versions? I don't know, but I'm just yes, girl. Cutting all around the edges and shit, sliding little kites up in there and all that type of shit. I don't know. I'm just saying, even though, they go through all that shit, but you know how people will surpass the Bible. They just shake it off, oh, okay, she just sitting in another Bible. Not knowing and John. Name some books for me, y'all. John, Matthew. Let me see. All them got a little kite up in them. John verse got kite said, I'm here for you. The other one going, just let me know what you need. Well, make sure you do this. Listen, I just hoping that is not the case. Because the word on the curb in the comments, they was like, and she keep bringing them Bibles. I'm like, well, the Sylvia, that man better not have no more than one dang on Bible from you. It ain't messy. They gonna catch you. If he's sitting up in there and Nesto got 4-5 Bibles and the Jehovah Witness pamphlet and the literature from the grocery store about Jesus and this girl. Matthew got a verse. Guy got a kite in it. Luke got a kite in it. John got a kite in it. I'm like, Sylvia, don't you, girl, you better fall back, baby. And they gonna find, well, by now they ain't gonna find it. Cause if Nesto already have it, he done already got the clue word on what book to look in and cut it open and get the kite out of. Me and Sonia is out here working for you, doing good things. Now, can y'all imagine? Check it. Donating all of your money to a person and then watching them send the money to somewhere else that you don't, agree with. How y'all feel about that? I'm going to ask y'all that before I go. How do y'all feel about that? If you don't see your money going that you donated and you don't see the person like utilizing it in like another good cause, you know what I mean? I'll give you an example in case you don't know, right? Y'all donate to the channel. My money is pretty much flourishing to Coda Bear, which is my responsibility. I may say, okay, like now I bought her some new spikes to run with, right? Feel like that's a good cause, right? So whatever it is that my $120 every 3 months bring me on YouTube, I put it towards that. Now the last $120 that I got, which would have been, what is this, December, right? So I won't get another. I get them like every 3 months, y'all, because I'm not consistent. I'm not on the channel, and that's fine, right? And I'm going to stay monetized. I don't give a crap what nobody says. I'm just going to stay monetized. So, but the other one, the last one, I donated all of that, $100. Well, not all of it. Put $20 in return. $100 I put to my wildfire, GoFundMe campaign that they have down there. Now they keep trying to hit me up, but I've done what I thought was placed on my heart to do so, right? But I do that. Will I take my donations or my membership money or whatever, for example, and divert it over to that bullshit of Shamar and Alvo and Atami and that shit over there? Hell no. I could not divert the money that I got from my people to support me over to some bullshit. I just can't do it. It's not, I wish the hell I would. I wish I would. But y'all, I got to go, but that's kind of what, I'm seeing. I'm like, okay, you're taking your donations, you're taking your paid YouTube money that can help you flourish in a whole bunch of different ways, like a new house, or paying your car off, paying down your credit card debt, or take you a 3-night, 4-day vacation somewhere and enjoying that, to invest it more into some more bullshit. That does what? What do we even do over here? See, with the wildfire, I'm hoping that those donations that they're receiving is going to help build California, back the way it was. But what am I going to get out of if I was donating or whatever to a fucking nesto that got to go through this type of freaking trial? That a lot of evidence has come out, pretty much against him. I made a choice whether if I wanted to donate anything to Rkelly. And I'm aware that he as well had to go through a trial. So I had a few pennies that went in that direction. But then at some point I was like, okay, I got to cut it off. I got to live. I got to keep going. He now has a good ass attorney, Bonjean, to take over now and go and do what her experience and her profession leads her to do. So now let me resume back over here. Pay my credit card bill, put the gas in my truck, feed this, feed my dog, do this. I ain't going on there with my life. I ain't gonna just keep continuing to add money inside of something that where I can deplenish what I have and then I suffer. There's just a real thin line between that, where you have to hope for a minute. Gotta hold up for a minute. Y'all have a blessed, beautiful freaking day. But my tea done got cold. I got to get out of here. I love y'all all. And what I said, it is what it is. And y'all should know, I don't give a crap ass what another female think or say or male about Papoose. Because my shit is on point. My shit on point. I reevaluated my life a long time ago. So I found my lane until I die. Until I die. And I think that this is the perfect lane for me. Keep doing my goddamn day job. Don't follow behind everybody who got a goddamn story to tell and try to be so authentic and convincing you at what they believe their truth. There is no perfectionist of a person out here. We are taught and to learn how to be close to perfecting the way our character is. That's about it, and that's all. And in the midst of that, you're gonna stumble on that shit too, just like infamous Sylvia. She has a silly Sylv channel and an infamous whatever channel, Sylvia channel, where on the silly Sylv, she backslide. She backslide. We all saw Hollywood next. Black slide like that over and over and over. But I'm not finna get into that because that's she funny. So y'all have a good day. I'm out of here. Let me go make some money. Peace.